Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XLR8, welcoming you to Ban List Reaction Day. It's time for the April 2025 ban list. We almost made it through the 100 days Yu-Gi-Oh! With one ban list. It's crazy to think about, but you know what? It's time for new ban list. We've been waiting for new ban lists since like just, this is the first one of the year, so 4 months. It's been about 4 months since the last ban list, so it was about time. So I haven't seen this whole list just yet. I have heard it's pretty big, and I know one or two cards on it. So we're gonna be going through everything on here. We're gonna be, discussing a little bit of like what card has been banned and whether that's good, bad, whatever. My opinion on that. I got good old EDO Pro in the wing if I need to remind myself what a card does, because I'm out of the meta game for the most part. I just play the game. So let's go ahead and look at this ban list, see what's going on. So. I'm already seeing at the start of this, the forbidden list itself is pretty small adding on here. Things like Abyss Dweller, Bahamut Shark, and Link Decoder and Nightmare Griffon. So 2 Exceeds and 2 Links, huh? Okay, so definitely a big hit for Shark players, I would say. I mean, Sharks have been getting a lot of new support, so I can't really... I can't really fault Konami wanting to slow them down a smidge, because Sharks just have the insane ability to spam at level 4s. So hitting Abyss Dweller makes sense, it allows people to use their graveyards and all that stuff, keep Sharks in check. Sharks can do whatever they want. They're all about beatdown, summon out them big old Exceed monsters. They can still do all that stuff. They don't need to also lock the grave, and dang it, we don't need to have Toad in Sharks no more. So that's why Bahamut, well, I'm sure Bahamut Shark banned for other reasons, but I never liked Toad in Sharks. So yeah, so Sharks taking a big hit here. Link Decoder, this guy, I'm sure what the combo is, but giving Cybers a free Link 1 that can literally go into from any of their starters, probably a good hit right there. Little surprising the Nightmare Griffin is banned, joining Mermaid and Goblin. Oh my goodness, Nightmares can't catch a break. And it's unfortunate because I was actually going to be playing another Nightmare deck in the future, just at, like a fun one with Seal of Ori Calicos and stuff. That was going to be neat, but I guess we're going to have to do something different there, but that's neither here nor there. So, interesting bans thus far, but I'm already looking at the limited list, and oh boy, that's a bigger thing. So let's see. So the Bystials are getting hit a little bit. Druid's Worm, definitely one of the more annoying Bystial monsters, because it literally leaves the board for whatever reason, gets rid of an opponent's special summon monster. You can pop it on your turn, link it off in your turn, whatever you need to do. Get rid of your opponent's special summon monster. So definitely a very potent sort of card. One I think is still fine, allows you to use it without abusing it so much. And Magnum Hut's still a thing, so you can search the darn thing. So I would say that hitting Bystial Druid's Worm at 1, I think it's fine. Dimension Shifter at 1. Now this is a more interesting one because I know a lot of people don't like D-Shifter. I can understand why. I like to use my graveyard from time to time. I don't like my opponent to just turn off my graveyard whenever they feel like it. And there are certain decks that can abuse D-Shifter. I'm looking at Fluwanderees especially, but there's other things. Casters can to a degree. Definitely Grenmaju. Any deck that can just abuse Banish Pile loves D-Shifter. So I feel like 1 is still okay to have him around, and my reasoning for that is because you have to remember grass is still a thing. So you want to have some kind of counter to grass, so having D-Shifter at 1 kind of, keeps a little bit of balance there. Keeps a little bit of balance, so I'm okay with D-Shifter happening to still be, like, legal and things once do that thing. So yeah, I think D-Shifter is fine at 1. Math Mech Circular, just keep on hitting the Math Mechs, that's fine by me. I rarely play Math Mech, so it doesn't really affect me too much, but, this is just another check on Math Mech power there. Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King is an interesting card to come off the ban list, because he's really potent if you tribute all the cards, so he's unaffected by everything. But we've evolved in this game to a degree, especially with, like, the horses. Like, it's easy to put a big body on the board, like Imseti or what have you. They can just beat over Masterpiece. Now, he has his ability to destroy stuff himself, but if you can bait that out or what have you, then Masterpiece isn't really that big of a deal. I'm sure the Draco player fans are going to love seeing Masterpiece come back. Absolutely. I am all rooting for them, but he's not as good of a card as he used to be. Plus, that's not even mentioning Kaiju's being a thing, so Masterpiece at 1, totally fine with that. Totally cool. So Ryzeal Detonator being at 1, I mean, Detonator is certainly a pretty potent exceed. You keep them on the board, you can keep popping stuff and all that good stuff. Definitely a more I kind of like playing Ryziel on occasion, especially when Heraldic Beast got their new support. I really liked playing the combination of those two. So I'm not as big a fan of that, but I know Ryziel's like really big in the meta, so I'm not really a fan of it, but what have you. Now, Bonfire being limited, I am completely against, because it limits the power of my Volcanic brothers. And I don't appreciate that. This is just another case of the meta abusing Pyro monsters, and then the other archetypes that needed Bonfire get hurt. And I don't like that at all. So, shame on you people who abuse Pyro monsters. Shame on you. I hope you go to the corner and you think about what you've done. So, you know, I want y'all to apologize to Pay 96. He was waiting all those years for all that Pyro support, and look what you did. Look what you did. I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed. So let's see. Brilliant Fusion being to 1. Wasn't that the card for... I gotta double check that one. I'm pretty sure that is a Gem Knight card. Right? Yeah, Brilliant Fusion's off the ban list, so nice for Gem Knight players. This will let you fusion summon, use the monsters from your deck as a material. It gets 0 attack and defense. But you can use that for like Gem Knight Brilliant Master Lady Diamond or any other Gem Knight monster, so there's some cool stuff you can do with that. I like Brilliant Fusion going to 1. I don't think that's like a major problem or anything, so good on him. Good on you, Gem Knight players. Very cool. Now, Cross-Out Designator going to 1 is an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. Let me think. Cross-Out Designator, banishing the cards, stopping your opponent. Like, it's a good card for like mirror matches or stopping stapled cards. Now, putting it at 1, I mean, it stops basically if you're playing like a beatdown deck or like a crazy combo deck and you have outs to everything, then you also combine that with like the 3 cross-site detonators. So basically your opponent can't out what you're trying to do unless you have like all the outs at the same time. So having cross-site designator at 1, you can still do that, it's just not as consistent. Basically allowing both players to interrupt each other in a more evenly way. So it's an interesting hit there, definitely interesting. Damn, there's just so many things about this list, it's crazy. This is like the best list we've had in, well, not the best list, but like the biggest one we've had in years, so it's certainly giving me a lot to think about here. And also triple tactical talents being at 1, that's fine. I mean, I liked triple tactical talents as a 1-up anyway in most of the decks I like to play, so this at 1 doesn't really change anything. I mean, triple tactical thrust is still a card, therefore it doesn't really matter too much. Now onto the semi, and the semi is big and chunky. It's very big and chunky. So biggest thing right off the bat for me personal, Black Dragon and White Dragon are both semi-limited again. This is very interesting because these guys have been limited for a long time. Just amazing duo to be placed in a chaos deck. You know, you banish a light from Black Dragon goes to the grave, you get White Dragon, then White Dragon banishes the dark to summon itself. You combine that with Chaos Space, you can reuse that over and over again. So these being at 2 is pretty intense. Not gonna lie, that's pretty intense right there. Also makes sense why they're, you know, hitting the D shifter, I suppose. They want to, you know, they want to get rid of the graveyard and stuff. They don't want to do that. So interesting there. So also we got Exed and Ice Ryziel being at 2. Bit of a more soft hit towards the Ryziel. Detonator getting hit to 1. You know, that was already big enough. I always liked X Ryziel though, because again, I can combine that with my Heraldic Beast and do some cool stuff there. So at 2, basically saying you can still do some of the Ryziel things, just not as insane as I suppose the Meta Boys can do. So also Dormouse and White Rabbit are at 2. I don't know how hard that hits Malice, but I do know that those are the more important cards. So let's call that a warning to the Malice players to not get too crazy. Essentially what that's telling to me. Morphing Jar is at 2 for some reason. Oh wait, Morphing Jar. I'm thinking about Morphing Jar 2. Okay, Morphing Jar, the original, going to 2. That's actually a lot bigger. You know, oh my goodness, that's going to give the empty jar players a field day. Oh my goodness, they're going to love that. Because for so long, they had to just keep, you know, Book of Mooning to get that thing flip face down again to reset it. Now they can just do it twice. We're gonna see so much empty jar in the next couple weeks, I swear. So what else? Snake Eye, Ash, and Poplar at semi-limited. Boo. Boo. I don't like Snake Eyes. They took my Link Rebo from me. I will never forgive them for this. Let's see, what about Sword Ryziel is also okay. A lot of hits to Ryziel. A lot of hit to Ryziel this list. I don't know. That's just a lot to me. Malice in the Underground. Yeah, a lot of hit to Malice, a lot to Ryziel. Unchained Soul of Sharvar is a 2. Okay, that's the red one, right? I'm pretty sure that's the red one. I'm just double checking. Yeah, that's the big one. Okay, so big news for the Unchained players. All right, I do like Sharvara, so that's really cool. I like that he's going to 2. So good on you if you're an Unchained player. And then so that's the semi-limit. So there's still a good number. Man, this is such a big honker-chonker list, I'll tell you. But so far, a lot of interesting stuff. A lot of the big meta decks are getting hit. We're seeing some interesting cards coming off of the ban list. That's not off the ban list. Where did it go? Brilliant Fusion's off the ban list. We have cards that are going on the ban list I don't agree with. But let's look at the unlimited cards. So Cyberjar, sorry. That is coming off the ban list. Makes sense. It's been banned for a long time. Then it came off the ban list, and it was set to 2. Now it's back to 3. That is what happens in this game. You get a card that gets banned. Konami will bring it out, and then if it's still a problem, like with Cyberstein, they'll ban it again. If not, they'll slowly but surely bring it off. So Cyberjar, certainly a lot of power potential to a card like that, but it's not like game breaking, and it is inherently kind of a fair card because both players get to get cards off the thing. So Cyberjar being at 3, nobody's gonna really, unless you're an empty jar player again, you're not gonna see this card in 3s in a lot of decks, so it being on the list at all doesn't make sense. So Cyberjar, good on them. So Danger, Jackalope, Tsuchinoko, I really like these guys coming off. I love Dangers as an archetype. They're still kind of scary combined with Dark Worlds, but there's the inherent randomness of how their danger effects go. Now, giving Jackalope and Tsuchinoko back means that the Danger Dark Worlds are going to be a little bit more consistent with things. Ditching Jackalope to get them other monsters for free, get yourself Tsuchinoko discarded, you still get a monster no matter what. So I would say that that's really cool for the Danger players and the Dark World players. They're basically the same people at this point. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Ava is off the ban list. I mean, that's okay, I guess. Mostly means like Drytron and things of that nature, which I'm not a big fan of, but at the same time, it's whatever to me. Ava's not like a big threat or anything anymore, so well, that's fine. Ava off the list, but Perform Pal Monkey Board is off the list, which is cool. I don't remember why he was on the ban list in the first place, so good on the Performer Pal players. I know you guys love to just do Odd Eyes Dragon nowadays, but if you wanted to play actual, the Performer Pals, you could do that a lot easier now because it lets you search stuff. So very interesting, very interesting. So the only downside I'm seeing right now, our boy Link Karibo is still banned. Maybe someday he'll be back. We always hope. Hashtag free Link Karibo. Absolutely. So what do we say about this list, everybody? It is a big honkin' chonkin' list. This is the biggest list we've had in years, I feel. We've had some pretty decent lists in the past, but this one is just like a lot of decks are being hit. Not like solidly, not a lot of cards have been banned here, except for like certain combo end board things and a couple combo starters, things like, Abyss Dweller Lock in the Graveyard, Shark that's gonna let Sharks do their thing, Link Decoders to start them up for literally any Link arc, or any Cybers archetype, I should say. And Nightmare Griffin, he is basically a floodgate after all, so I guess that's partly why he's been hit, and also you recover spells and things, so I'm sure there's good reasons Griffin's been banned. It's a little sad for him, but yeah, other than that, my goodness, the Mallets have been hit, the Ryziels have been hit, the Snake Eyes, who cares? We got cards like the Unchained are getting a little bit of a boost here. Gem Knights are getting a boost, which is cool. Masterpiece is back. There's a lot to unpack with this list. Honestly, there really is. And I would say this is ultimately a pretty decent list, A lot of things that, coming off that I like, and a lot of things going on that I'm okay with them going on. So I'm happy with this list, and now I gotta hopefully don't need to adjust too many decks in my final days of my 100 days Yu-Gi-Oh show. Because, let's see, that's day 97, that's like 4 of them. Yeah, that's 4 decks I need to make sure that they're not going to be messed up. I don't think it's going to mess up anything too much, except I was going to use some Bestials in one, so that'll change things a smidge, but not much. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this ban list reaction. Let me know what you thought of the ban list. I personally call this one, a, I'm not sure if I call this an 8 out of 10, maybe a 7. Because I think it's a decent list, but nothing too overtly crazy. Now, Pot of Greed was unbanned. That would have made it an 8 out of 10. Easy there. But this is the list. I think it's pretty good. But again, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Do you think Konami did enough with this list? Do you think they didn't do enough with it? Are there cards that are missing you think they should have been hit? You know, things that could have come off. What are you thinking about it? So, there you go, everybody. So thank you all for showing up for this here ban list reaction. I'll see you guys again in about 3 or 4 more months from now, and we'll take a look at what the next list is going to be about. So till next time, y'all stay safe, happy. Your boy Memphis signing out. I'll catch you next time.